I think human rights, it is rooted in, for South Africans especially, it's rooted in the Sharpeville massacre and the fact that so many people actually died, literally died, in protest against things like the pass laws, which gave the government the ability to control how people move and when they move there, and under which circumstances they are allowed to move. And I mean, in our constitution, we have the Bill of Rights, and which essentially enshrines our freedom of movement, our freedom of expression, our freedom of religion, the ability to get a basic education and the right to have political rights essentially and to
Mm,
exercise those rights. And I mean, that's why that should be a cause of celebration that we are able to actually achieve these things are in our constitution. But what's more important is the ability for us to actually exercise those rights in reality. Because if we just look over the past 2 years where we essentially had lockdowns and government was once again given the right for us to give were given the right essentially
mm,
to again control the way we trade. They told us when on what we were allowed to buy, what we were not allowed to buy, what companies or businesses were allowed to sell during lockdown. They told us during which periods of time we can operate,
mm,
aka curfew, when we are allowed outside of our house and when we are not. They were allowed to have this sort of power, and that's why I feel like it's important reminder for us to actually, you know what, we are actually the ones who have power in the individuals, the
mm,
ordinary South Africans. We have the right to actually, you know what, while the government's trying to regulate every aspect of
mm,
our movement and our trade, we are actually the ones who are supposed to regulate the power of the state, of
mm,
government, because as you say, we are believers that the state and government has an essential role to play in society. However, it is a limited role that it
mm.
needs to play.